The flames erupted with a vengeance, a terrifying spectacle that began on January 7, 2025. Fueled by drought-parched vegetation and the relentless Santa Ana winds, the fires tore through the canyons and hillsides of Los Angeles with astonishing speed. The sky turned an apocalyptic orange, a thick pall of smoke blotting out the sun. From the Pacific Palisades to Altadena, a 40,000-acre inferno raged, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. The Eaton Fire, the Palisades Fire, the Kenneth Fire, the Hearst Fire. Names etched in the collective memory of Angelenos, each representing a terrifying chapter in the city's ongoing battle with wildfires. The causes, as always, are complex and interconnected. Investigators point to a perfect storm of factors: faulty power lines, bone-dry chaparral, and the possibility of arson. The Santa Ana winds, howling down from the high desert, acted like a bellows, pushing the flames with relentless fury. Southern California has always lived with the threat of fire, but climate change has made these events more frequent and more intense. The drought, now in its third year, has turned the landscape into a tinderbox. Even the most stringent fire prevention measures seemed woefully inadequate in the face of such extreme conditions. As the flames raced across the hillsides, the city watched in horror, the enormity of the disaster only beginning to sink in. The human cost of the 2025 LA fires is staggering. 16 souls lost their lives, 11 in the Eaton Fire and 5 in the Palisades Fire. Families torn apart, homes reduced to ashes, memories turned to smoke. The stories of loss and survival are heartbreaking. A young couple, newly married, perished in their mountain cabin, unable to outrun the flames. An elderly woman clutching a photo album lost everything she held dear. Over 153,000 residents were forced to flee their homes, seeking refuge in shelters and with friends and family. The evacuation process, while mostly orderly, was not without its challenges. Traffic jams clogged the freeways, fear and uncertainty etched on the faces of evacuees. For those who lost their homes, the future remains uncertain. The fires have exacerbated an already dire housing crisis in Los Angeles, with thousands of families now competing for a limited supply of affordable housing. The fires have also taken a toll on the mental and emotional well-being of Angelenos. The trauma of witnessing such destruction, the loss of loved ones, the displacement from homes and communities. These are wounds that will take time and support to heal. The fires serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the interconnectedness of our communities. In the face of such devastation, the city of Los Angeles mounted a Herculean response. Over 14,000 firefighters, including units from neighboring states and the National Guard, battled the blazes tirelessly. First responders worked around the clock, risking their lives to save others. Hospitals treated the injured, while volunteers provided food, water, and shelter to displaced residents. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, swung into action, setting up disaster relief centers and processing thousands of applications for assistance. Governor Newsom declared a state of emergency, freeing up resources and suspending certain regulations to expedite the recovery process. But the scale of the disaster is immense, and the road to recovery will be long and arduous. The fires have exposed the vulnerabilities of Los Angeles's infrastructure. Power outages were widespread, and some areas experienced disruptions in water service. The air quality reached hazardous levels due to the smoke, forcing residents to wear masks and stay indoors. The fires have also highlighted the need for better communication and coordination during emergencies, as well as the importance of individual preparedness. As the fires die down and the smoke begins to clear, the daunting task of rebuilding begins. The financial impact of the 2025 LA fires is estimated to be in the billions, making it potentially the costliest disaster in U.S. history. Homes, businesses, and critical infrastructure will need to be rebuilt. The emotional and psychological scars of the disaster will take even longer to heal. The road to recovery will be long and challenging, but the spirit of Los Angeles remains unbroken. Neighbors are helping neighbors, communities are coming together, and the city is demonstrating its resilience in the face of adversity. The rebuilding process will require a concerted effort from government, businesses, and individuals. The 2025 LA fires serve as a stark reminder of the growing threat of climate change and the urgent need to address it. As the city rebuilds, it must also adapt to this new reality. This means investing in fire-resistant building materials, creating defensible spaces around homes and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. It also means coming together as a community to support those who have lost everything and to build a more resilient future for all Angelenos. GAP 3S. As Los Angeles begins its journey of recovery, the question on everyone's mind is, how can we prevent such a devastating event from happening again? The 2025 LA fires have shown us the urgent need for comprehensive fire prevention and mitigation strategies. Visual real footage of past LA fires. First and foremost, investing in fire-resistant building materials is crucial. Homes and buildings constructed with materials that can withstand high temperatures will be more likely to survive future fires. Additionally, creating defensible spaces around properties, by clearing vegetation and using fire-resistant landscaping, can significantly reduce the risk of fire spreading. Visual aerial shots of fire-resistant homes and defensible spaces. Another key strategy is improving early warning systems. Advanced technology such as satellite monitoring and AI-driven fire detection can help identify fires in their early stages, allowing for quicker response times. Visual satellite images and AI fire detection systems. Community education and awareness are also vital, informing residents about fire safety practices, evacuation plans, and the importance of preparedness can save lives and properties. Local governments and organizations should conduct regular workshops and drills to keep communities informed and ready. Visual community workshops and evacuation drills. Furthermore, addressing climate change is an essential long-term strategy. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions, transitioning to renewable energy sources, and implementing sustainable practices can help mitigate the conditions that contribute to severe fire seasons. Visual renewable energy installations and sustainable practices in action. The 2025 LA fires have been a wake-up call for all of us. By adopting these measures and working together, we can build a safer, more resilient Los Angeles. The path to prevention is clear, and it is one we must walk together. Visual communities coming together and rebuilding efforts. GAP 3S. Together we can ensure that the tragedy of the 2025 LA fires is never repeated.